Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the League of Legends Fatality Tournament. We are going to be going into game number 3, Phantom Lord. We're tied up 1-1, and these teams want that $5,000. You can feel it in the air.
Yes, indeed. It's a difference between $600 right now for each player. Second place, each member of the team will get $400, or if they take first place, they'll get $1,000. So there's a big desire to win right now. We have 1-1 to each side. And, I guess the question that everyone is asking is what's going to happen with Urgot? Who's going to ban him? Who's going to take him? I am excited to see what's going to happen.
Well, we're just waiting for our two last players to jump in here. Reginald has now joined the game. Apparently Zion's just having a little bit of a hiccup with his internet, so we'll give him a few minutes. But guys, we did have 2 Facebook contests going on there. We did have 2 questions up on the Facebook. Who makes the Fatality 1000 watt power supply unit? And of course, if you did answer OCZ, you could have won. And I do have the winner right here. Congratulations to John Ellie. I hope I'm saying that right. E-L-Y. Ellie or Ely or Eli? John Ellie. You'll be contacted on the Facebook because you have won yourself a headset as well as a sound card. So congratulations to you, dude. Thanks so much for checking out the stream, supporting this awesome event, and winning yourself a little bit of swag. Apparently Reginald needs orange juice to play. That's great. Who will ban Urgot? That's going to be the big question going into game number 3. Whoever does take that Urgot seems to have won the game. So either it's going to be a ban, or whoever gets it could be foreshadowing. That's, I think, the first time we've seen a Ziggs lose, however.
He didn't really lose his lane, but yes, losing the game. Yeah, if that's what you're stating, then yes, you are correct. I kind of am rooting for the underdogs here because I would like to see the aftermath with TSM, but a lot of the guys on TSM are my friends, and I'm rooting for them, of course, Darius, with this roster change, sort of like, a job that all these guys have. This isn't just playing for fun. Average Joe's is a couple of, new players. They are pretty well known as far as the solo queue ladder, but they aren't playing this game as serious and as frequently as TSM is. So let's hope that TSM does do a good job here in taking this 3rd matchup. Again, as we've said several times, this Urgot pick is the deciding factor between who's gonna win.
All right. So we're going to wait for them to get back. Apparently, Spellsy just needs to go do something for 30 seconds. So, quickly, we're going to go to one more Fatality ad, announce the last of the Facebook winners. Whoever wins that grand prize final, I have their name right here. So don't go anywhere, guys. You could have won yourself a whole bunch, and then we're going to sit down and see our quick game number 3. So don't go anywhere, because we're definitely psyched to get this game going.
Power supplies are actually a very important item in any serious gaming rig. It's very important because you have to have clean power for your graphic cards, for your motherboard, and everything you need to game at your highest capabilities. So finding a great company was not very hard. Working with OCZ technology, making my power supply units has been very successful, and we've been able to make very clean looking gaming power supply units that really delivered the clean, stable power you need to game on.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and Phantom Lord, we are into game number 3. The picks and bans are going down. And on the loading screen, I will announce who has won the last of our grand prize finals. So hopefully these picks and bans will go chop, 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 and we will be awarding a motherboard, a power supply unit, a headset, and a sound card to one lucky winner.
So very cool. We are jumping into the picks and bans right now, and I know what everyone's waiting for, eagerly looking what's going to happen with that Urgot. Both teams now down to the last ban. For blue side, we do have Average Joes, and purple side, we do have Team Solo Mid. Both teams have one win right now. However, the only thing different is the sides that have been swapped between the two teams. Average Joes is now on the blue side, and Team Solo Mid is now on the purple side. So that does award some advantages and disadvantages to either side. It changes up a little bit, and we're going to see how both teams do compensate. So banning for Average Joes on blue side, we do have Cassiopeia, Rise, and Shyvana. And for purple side TSM, we have Ari, Kog'Maw, and Lee Sin. No Urgot ban, but
noticed.
What do we see? Shen getting first pick for Average Joes. Shen is a super strong pick. He can be top lane or jungle, but TSM, you know, they are a recognized top team. This is their job. They you know, have played so many different games. They know all of these different scenarios, so they should be prepared. They should be ready for a Shen pick, and we'll see what they do here as far as their lineup to compensate for that pick. There is
Bam!
Janna Urgot. They are going to seal the deal. TSM is going to take it, and I think everyone is going to say, you know, Team Solo Mid should win here from Champ Select. If they get that Urgot pick, we have 6 seconds left. It's ticking down. Are they going to do it?
Oh, for sure. They're going to take this. All right, yeah, bam. Chaos going to be picking that one up, sir.
I have been told we are going to remake after this game. There was an issue being forced, so just prepping you guys for that as I go down the rest of the picks. So yes, Janna X Special going to be running again the Clairvoyance. You know, he's always been really favoring that spell to get up the map control. We've seen it being used quite effectively throughout the match, you know, to scout those ganks and you know, those possible Baron steals. Even though they don't have any wards down in the Baron pit, Team Solo Mid isn't worried. They just throw down the Clairvoyance that Janna has, and you know, Special picks it up. So to match up the two picks that Team Solo Mid just did, we have our second and third from Average Joes, and it looks like they are indeed going to go Taric and Corki. Isn't that the same exact matchup bottom lane that we had last game? Spellsy on Taric.
He's thinking, but it is definitely the same matchup, and we saw what Chaos was able to do with that flash ult kill. That's essentially how it is. Flat, just rinse, repeat. But it is going to be the same. You're right.
So both players on each role from either team knows what's going on. They know what's on the line. A lot of money at stake. So any sort of mistakes that they might have made, they're going to be quite aware of what those are, and they're going to do their best to improve. I'm sure Spellsy now is going to recognize, hey, Chaos has been flash ulting me several times, and I'm going to try and put myself out of position, or I'm sorry, in a good position, so that he doesn't have that happen to him again. So looking at the third and fourth pick for Team Solo Mid, we do have an Udyr being picked out by Odd1. You might lock that in. Of course, Udyr can be a top lane and a jungler as well. So we'll see what they're going to be picking here for the mid lane. And yes, Reginald, for the third time, is going to be playing that Morgana. So he's pretty confident.
He likes
in
burnt
that
cookies.
regard.
Yep.
So now we're turning over to the fourth and fifth pick of blue side for Average Joes, the underdog team right now that have been challenging Team Solo Mid to possibly beat them and cause an upset. But we'll see here in this game. They're going to be picking Nautilus. Yes, One Bad Brad has been really strong with that Nautilus pick, as we saw with the first game. So they might actually do that again here. He's going to choose Nautilus instead of Shyvana. Yep, there's the lock-in we do see. And is Captain Korea going to be running Kog'Maw? No, Kog'Maw is banned, so he can't run AP Cog. He might be running Ziggs again. And we're going to see a Twisted Fate. Mid lane. Twisted Fate. Interesting pick. Not really the best choice for the matchup. Of course, he does well against Morgana. Morgana does kind of have a little bit of advantage with the black shield being able to prevent stuns there. But we do have Captain Korea able to teleport around the map. So if they want to get those ganks, then they will do so. As I said, we are going to remake this game, and we are going to get into the match 3 of the grand finals for the Fatality tournament.
Yeah, apparently it's a rune issue that we have to take care of. So I believe we're going to remake into blind picks. So we don't have to go through all of that. But we already have, of course, those picks and bans now settled and ready to go. Yeah, we're all going to be leaving this game. There we go. And I love how you leave as a spectator and just keep coming back.
Why is it bringing me back? Yeah, what?
It's just... It's just a bug, don't worry about it. But yeah, we are going to have blind pick, but we got the picks and bans ready to go, guys. No change is to their lineups. Will be done. And, you know, this is for $5,000. So, you know, Fatality and sponsors just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys, the viewers, because you're coming out here, you're supporting this tournament, you're watching the streams, and you're showing the love to those sponsors. And that's going to just go back to them and say, you know what? We should do more of these. And, you know, that's a really good message that you guys are sending to those sponsors. So big thanks to you guys, you know, from Fatal1ty Gaming Gear, OCZ, Sound Blaster Gaming, AS Rock, and Newegg. And Phantom Lord, did you know that there's a Newegg contest going on right now?
There is. I know that. I'm pretty aware that they do a League of Legends tournament every year or so. But what are the details of that exactly? Is that like a typical tournament, or they, you know, just have the brackets where they play, or is there like some sort of reward where they win and then play against the top team?
Well, I think Newegg they usually run their normal tournament that they normally do, but you know, with Fatal1ty Gaming Gear, they're having another sweepstakes that's totally separate from everything here. So I'm going to link a video in the chat right now. That's a YouTube video on the Newegg channel. They're giving away even more Fatal1ty Gaming Gear in association with this League of Legends tournament. All you got to do is go there, put down a comment, and if you're eligible, which means you should read those rules that's in the YouTube description, you could be winning yourself even more stuff. So we've been giving away stuff on the stream all weekend, and now thanks to Newegg, you know, one of our sponsors, you can go and win even more. So big thanks to them and all their sponsors. Of course, the viewers, we're doing this all for you guys. Like these show matches and tournaments and $5,000 prize pools, you know, you keep watching, we might keep doing them. It's as easy as that. So I see the game actually loading up. Bring you guys back to that screen. There you go. We're just waiting on Chaos. You can yeah, get out of there, Phantom Lord.
Sorry.
I know you want to play, man, but yeah.
I was actually looking up the Newegg tournament. I was aware of what it was. I just couldn't remember the name. It's called Newegg WANFest.
Yeah,
sponsored by Rose.
That's what
Will.
they always
so
do.
Yeah, that's the one where they have a huge bracket. I believe it's like 36 teams they have, sort of like a Goal for LoL style, and they do this quite often. So if you guys are interested, check out Newegg WANFest. Just search it up on Google. You'll find the site and sign up with your team. But yes, we are about to start again. This is the final match, grand finals between Team Solo Mid and Average Joes, just what they're called, just your Average Joes. Both teams rocking out, doing really well. We'll just take a look at these picks one more time to finalize before the match starts. I want to look at what the runes are of these mid laners.
Oh my goodness. TF on Captain Korea. Was I like asleep when that happened? Oh my god.
Yes, you were. I did talk about it quite a bit. I don't know what you're doing. Click on his rune page, though. Click on his Captain Korea's rune page. As you see, he is running movement speed quintessences. He does have 2 movement speed quintessence, so he's not running the full third one. He does want to get that 5 ability power so he can actually clear the wave pretty quickly. But look how he's running 10 magic resistance. What this is basically is you're sort of protecting yourself between any early poke. You'll see a lot of top players get this 10 magic resistance rune on their blues, so that you know, any pokes that a champion like TF or you know, Morgana, if Morgana gets the binding in the pool, you'll have some protection between, you know, not having any sort of MR runes, and you might fall to your death. So a good choice there. We were going to see some crazy action from TF running around the map with that movement speed. I want to take a look at runes from Morgana for Reginald. He is running the same rune set. He is running the ability power per level standard rune page. He has mana per 5 yellows, and then the standard magic pen red. So both players mid lane doing sort of standard builds, but Chaox, he has that Urgot pick, and Dyrus now again going on to Vladimir. So we have an almost identical team comp, excuse me, from Team Solo mid. What was Odd1 playing last game? Was he
Nocturne?
He was playing Nocturne. Yes. So that is the only change. I knew that he was playing something a little different. It's the only change from Team Solo mid. So all these players really familiar with what they're going to do. This is just a rinse and repeat from last game. There is a little bit of a lineup change from Average Joe's. They were aware of their composition last game, not doing too well. They do have the Nautilus now. They do have the Twisted Fate. They do have the Shen. So they're looking to change up their playstyle here in this third matchup for the grand finals of the Fatality tournament to get $1,000 for each player. $5,000 grand prize going across the team. So there's a lot on the line here that these guys really want to win.
Indeed.
Taking a look at the summoners really quickly for the bottom lane, we do have Zig running again with that flash. He's, as he did last game, he was quite aware of the possibility from him getting ganked or caught by a Morgana bind. So he's going to have that Valkyrie and flash, but he is running Ignite. Spellsy again, not running flash. He's running heal and exhaust. So that's sort of like they're going to be really aggressive. Now Chaox is running flash, of course, for his ultimate combo and the heal spell. If you guys did not know, taking a look at the mastery page of Chaox real quick, most players do spec into that 1 point in the defensive tree to get that summoner's resolve. It gives them 10% additional health from that heal spell. So that's why you see the carries running the heal and not always on the support. So X Special, of course, still running the Clairvoyance and Exhaust. But we are going in the last 10 seconds for this game. This should be an exciting matchup. I want to put my money on Team Solo Mid for the better comp, but I'm kind of rooting for Average Joe's here.
I'm going with the Average Joe fun times of Shen plus TF ganks. But before we do get this game started, guys, the grand prize of winner, I was almost going to say finalist, but that didn't make any sense. The grand prize winner of our last Facebook giveaways tonight, give it up for David Drotos, or Drotos. I hope I'm saying it right. Of course, I have a Canadian tongue, not so good on these words, but David Drotos has won himself basically a new computer thanks to Fatal1ty Gaming Gear, and that is all of our 10 prizes, ladies and gentlemen. Fatal1ty loves you all, and I will be contacting all the Facebook winners tonight after the tournament. So congratulations to them and all who did enter. And again, you are on this stream, you are supporting Fatal1ty Gaming Gear. That means with enough support, we could be running more of these, which means even more free stuff for you guys in the future. So congratulations again to all the contest winners. Fatal1ty handpicked all of them with a random number generator, and it's good times. So good on him. Good game, well played. And now, game number 3 here. Look at that Twisted Fate skin. That's just a menacing skin.
I believe that's a legendary, the $20 skin, or if you calculate it exactly, it's like $13 or something. But Average Joe's, they're running Twisted Fate and Shen, so they have 2 champions that have the ability to teleport around the map. Shen is running Flash and Ignite, as well as Dyrus top lane, which will be the matchup versus Cyan Spartan on Shen, is running Ghost Ignite. So both players don't have teleport. There's going to be quite a bit of battling up top. But, Zion does have that little bit of advantage to jump around the map over Dyrus. So it should be interesting to see. We see both teams now running up. We have the ward being thrown down by Spellsy. There is a ping down below. So TSM, if they know from that ping, they are correct that Average Joe's is down there. But both teams see each other with that ward being placed down there. Spellsy did catch that ward being placed down by Special And I think Average Joe's, yes, they're going to back off from that. They don't want to commit. No, they're going to go back in.
Well, they are a team, whereas Dyrus is nowhere near Team Solo mid, and Odd1 being a little bit of a scout, you know, they do see that Shen poking out, just transferring over to their vision. So they don't know what's going on right now, except that we have 5 down here. Dyrus up top, all alone, and a little bit of invade going out. Just your Average Joe's Captain Korea. Arguably should not be in the front lines, but he's there anyway. Has a gold card ready to go, but they will not find anyone, and this could be some stolen jungle, very reminiscent of the beginning of last game.
One is aware of it. He is coming close, so if he does not get over to a position where he can start his jungle quickly, he will be behind from one bad Brad. We see Reginald throwing out the binding, so he is scouting, and look at this, Chaos is down here. I don't know what he's trying to do exactly. Is he scouting the area? We do see Odd1 is going to be starting on his blue, so he's not going to be that far behind. He did get it right when it spawned, and we had X Special Alicia. But look at this, Zion Spartan coming over here against Odd1, hitting him with his Q, getting some auto attacks. Of course, the blue buff is still following Odd1. Odd1 falling to half HP, and that's going to be really bad for the Odd1 now.
Yeah, getting shoved out of your blue, well, out of his blue, I suppose. Zion Spartan doing, of course, the good thing. The good guy, Shen, saves the blue for his jungler. But at this point, we did give it to one bad Brad. So Nautilus is going to be running around without blue and has no fear of the anti-jungle or the counter-jungle at this point. And yeah, Odd1, can he still do red? No, he's not.
I think, no, he would need some sort of leash. He's really far behind right now. That, again, as you said, with Zion Spartan checking the blue, that's a great job. Top laner is sort of his responsibility to walk up through the lane because he knew that they counter jungled, so Odd1 would be there, and that was a great choice by Zion to deny Odd1. So Odd1's going to be in his jungle now for quite a bit. He's going to have to farm the small camps, the wolves, the double golems, and the race to catch up. So Average Joe's, they know now that Odd1 is behind, and they're going to be most likely being aggressive in their lane because they have that information. They are able to react upon it. And look at bottom lane. We have Spellsy and Zig, that Corki and Tarek pushing up that lane so far to the tower. Of course, Chaos is going to have a little bit of a difficulty last hitting on that tower. But these are pros. They've done it several times. They know how to do it. And we might see some action here shortly in the mid lane.
Captain Korea getting hit by that binding and an exhaust flash in from Reginald, but he does get stunned by the gold card. Very good play there by Captain Korea. So a swap of kills in the mid. Dyrus and Zion Spartan slugging it out on that top lane. Lots of health potions going down. We still got 2 here for Dyrus, but unfortunately Zion Spartan has now used up all of his, trying to rely on his key strike and Q to get some of that health back. But very aggressive play. Excellent work to see Reginald. I don't think he needed to flash in for that because we had an ignite on top of Captain Korea. I think he might have had it just from that, but he flashed in, secured the kill, got the first blood, and is going to come back to lane with the double Doran's ring.
You are correct. I don't think he needed to flash in as at all because you know, we did have Captain Korea pop his HP pot, but it is not enough to counter those ticks from Ignite. So Reginald, of course, flashed in there and got stunned. A beautiful gold card from Captain Korea to then take that kill. So both players in mid lane have a kill. Of course, Reginald has that additional 100 gold over Captain Korea, but you know, the first blood is gone. So both sides of each team will now not be so cautious to lose that first death.
Indeed, 1-1 now the score. Basically the gold is tied at this point. We're looking for that gold card, but we're not going to land it on Reginald. Great use of the black shield, and he is going to get that binding off onto one bad Brad. We're still going to throw out that anchor, barely missing, but a good defeat on that gank right there. Reginald playing pretty superb here in the mid. Let's see, he's rocking 26 creeps to 18 on Twisted Fate. Now, one bad Brad, he did come to this blue buff, and he had the TSM blue buff. I kind of expected Korea to go back and grab it for that early aggression, but it does look like Reginald kind of defeated that by killing him. So good work from them, and look at this, Nautilus heading up top, going to be trying to get into that brush, but that's going to be a little bit of a wait.
Yeah, I don't think it's the best decision there. He wants to get a gank top lane because top lane is the lane you want to get the fastest gank upon so that you give your teammate that advantage. That way the jungler does not have to spend any time there for the rest of the game. He can instead go bottom lane or mid lane or continue farming his jungle, just so he has that advantage for his team. Whereas if he did decide to come top lane to help out, of course Shen isn't really doing that well right now versus Darius. If he does decide to come up there, Odd1 might signal to his team, say, hey, the enemy jungler's top lane, let's do a quick dragon. And so we might see that being done mid lane. Reginald's sitting in a bush that is warded, trying to land a binding onto Captain Korea, playing really aggressive, living up to his name. He is 6 right now. Captain Korea is going to be almost 6, and that's of course when TF gets his ultimate, so he's going to be able to jump around the map and create some opportunities for his team.
Now we've had a little bit of harass in this bottom lane. Chaos not looking so healthy and does not have a healer, only that shield for Max Special, so he's a little bit on the back foot. He really has not been able to leave the safety of his tower. They have been shoving this lane very hard up into his face. It does look like Spellsy now going to head back to town. Kind of expect Zig to as well, but keeps trying to do it in a terrible spot. So X Special playing a little bit of footsies, trying to just delay that as much as he can, and yeah, that shield is just going to negate all that damage from that Corki. So overall, a little bit of room to breathe for Chaos. At this point, looks like Morgana going to be picking up that blue from Odd1. Eventually, she'll get it. There we go. And that's going to be a little bit of an advantage over Captain Korea, because their blue, Nautilus killed it. And it's going to be taking, quite a while to reboot.
Yeah, Reginald is going to be being as aggressive as possible. He does know that Captain Korea is backing, but look at this smart play. He's not immediately reacting to Captain Korea backing off, because he just wants to waste those few seconds. And every second he does, the wave is going to creep closer and closer to mid lane. So because Reginald did not throw a binding right away, he didn't return to B, and he's going to have to stay in this lane. Most likely will lose quite a bit of CS here at this tower. So Reginald doing a great job looking at all the mechanics to give himself in the lane a little bit of advantage. We see Odd1 now putting a ward down to cover for Reginald. I do notice that with Odd1 and Reggie, Reginald doesn't buy that many wards. Instead, Odd1 sort of wards the area around for Reginald. And what that basically does is he lets Reginald, as the solo lane, keep that extra gold to get to his items faster. Someone like me, I like to buy the wards and then let my jungler get a little bit stronger. So teams do decide to do different things. Of course, they've been playing together for quite a while. And have back out pings from bottom lane, as they do not have sight on Morgana. You see she backed off into the bush there. She beat, and we had one bad Brad signal to bottom lane to back out as a result.
Yeah, good coordination and communication from these teams, and they really do not want to try to give up any more of these kills. Captain Korea now going to be grabbing that blue buff as it has respawned. Should help him out a little bit in the slugfest in the mid, but the triple Doran's now coming out and a ward on Reginald. Haha. He doesn't like you right now, Fountain, but
he's listening in.
But
he's buying those wards.
I've seen similar similar playstyle from most notably Fnatic Shushe. Wow. Fnatic Shushe, he does not buy those kind of wards either, and every game I've casted with him and he just drops. Oh, a good stun coming out of Spellsy. Gonna defeat that ultimate from Chaos, but is it gonna be enough? Because Reginald is down here. Zig is throwing out that exhaust, trying to save his teammate. Kazayan Spartan down here as well, using the ultimate. Reginald might be able to go down, but no, he gets away with that black shield, and unfortunately, no. He goes down.
He did have Ignite on him.
Okay,
so,
that's why.
Yep. But just before that, Dyrus actually threw his ult down onto Shen. So here we're seeing the strength of Shen. They had that team fight bottom lane. Chaos isn't full mana. He has a little bit of HP lost. Odd1 isn't really around there, so instead of trying to contest it, they're just going to take that dragon for their team after that 1-to-1 exchange bottom lane. And Dyrus is just going to keep farming top.
Yep, he's going to really try to deny any kind of chance this top has of pushing, and now we're going to have a free creep wave come right into the tower, but Shen should be able to get there in time. He has the blue buff now from Reginald. At least I believe, yeah, the only thing that makes sense. He has that from Reginald. So, Captain Korea with that teleport. We were talking about that, and we just saw Zion Spartan with his shield coming in, and that's going to be a big problem that TSM is going to just have to try to get used to. It really came down as well that Spellzy actually got his stun off right before Chaox threw down his suppress, and that stun, as it traveled, then stunned Chaox during the channel, and that really did do a good number of prolonging that fight. Otherwise, Spellzy might have died a lot quicker, and we might have had a much different outcome.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Spellzy. Of course, those clutch plays are really hard to master and get done. We take a look at top lane. We do have Dyrus. Oh, never mind. Bottom lane, look at this. We have the ultimate from Chaos onto Spellzy. But look at that. One Bad Brad is there. Gets the ult onto Chaos, and it isn't enough for Spellzy. He does fall. Reginald getting a lot of damage. Ziggs gets the binding. Does fall that last auto attack. Whew. And both players flash after Reginald to seal the deal. So we had a 2-to-1 exchange there. TF did teleport in. Of course, Shen had his ult on a cooldown, so he couldn't come in. Average Joe's really would have liked to have had Shen follow up, but even though they're losing with 1 kill, they do have that dragon, so they are still in the lead. However, no, Dyrus is just doing a ton of farm right now. Look at this. He's going to flash and ult onto Zion Spartan. Is he going to kill him? He's going to get really close. Is he going to do it? No, it's not going to be enough.
Did that ult actually land on him?
I believe it did, yes.
Okay, I saw the flash, and then I saw the animations, maybe just lag on my client. It did not look like that ultimate hit on him, but as soon as Dyrus popped that ghost, Zion Spartan knew that he had to just get out of dodge and saved himself there.
Yes, Team Solo Mid is doing a really good job right now with their last hitting. If you look at the CS count, even though Average Joe's did get a dragon, Team Solo Mid is winning with the gold count for last hitting. Look at Dyrus on Vladimir, 109 CS. Wow. He does have that Merc Treads to reduce the taunt time from Shen that Zion Spartan is playing, and he has his Hextech Revolver, so he's going to be playing close to that Will of the Ancients, and he's going to be doing a lot of harass top lane. But we do have Zion Spartan on Shen going to be teleporting in to change a fight. We might see that TF Shen combo here soon.
Well, Shen's ultimate definitely up 3-1. Destiny now ready to rock for our Twisted Fate. So yeah, score is 4-3. Solo Mid is still technically winning in the score, and they do have a lot of creep farm under their belt, and that's putting them up here in the lead for gold as well. Now Dyrus has also taken out a turret, so that's quite a bit of global gold being awarded to their team. Reginald going to be picking up a blue, heading on back. Now typically after he goes back, he usually likes to pick up those first components to his Zonias. And yeah, there we go. A needlessly large rod now purchased 14 minutes in. You did say we have a Hex Tech for Dyrus, which is awesome for him. And of course, those Mercury Treads. There's a lot of stun that you can throw out on this Just Your Average Joe's team. But last game we had that Hex Tech at 4.5 minutes in. This time he gets it in around the 12-minute mark.
We have 2 Merc Treads going out from Team Solo Mid, so they're recognizing that, Spellzy on Tarek has that stun. Captain Korea on TF has his stun, the Nautilus stun, the Shen taunt. There's just a lot of CC across Average Joe's, so Team Solo Mid doing a great job there with their item choice, getting Merc Treads to deal with that. Odd One now pushing mid tower. He did that earlier when Average Joe's was taking that dragon, so he's making do of all the time he has available to him, getting a little bit of damage onto that tower. But look at this bottom lane. We have Reginald creeping in the bush. That is pink warded, so they know that they don't see it. Zig is playing really passive right now. He knows something about... There's the ping, so they are aware that Reginald is in the bush. And look at this. Nautilus is coming down. He may make a play here.
Nah, I think he's going to curve back, get those golems, no problem. Now, Dyrus did go back again. Will of the Ancients now picked up at about the 15-minute mark. And Reginald, unfortunately, is, I got to say it, wasting his time down here because Zig and Spellzy are not going to be face-checking. They're not going to come over here until they can confirm where Reginald is. And that's just really creating no opportunity. As I say that, Zig goes in, and Reginald gets baited into the team fight, but Chaos gets the ultimate off. And that is a lot of damage across the board. We already got that Valkyrie down. Chaos, however, will be dropping despite the X Special ultimate, and they did not pick up this Corki kill. We have entire 5-man team in this bottom lane responding to this gank. So, yeah, look at that. Baiting it, no problem. It's just like, yeah, okay, I won't face check derp.
You want to know something? Average Joe's was aware of that. And Zig did purposely, on Corki, did purposely take that Morgana binding to bait that fight. They wanted that. Luckily, he did not die. They know Dragon's up, so they wanted to make that play. That's what we were talking about the first game, you know, creating opportunities for the team. However, mid lane did fall, but Team Slow Mid, you know, they're all around. They're close by, but this Dragon is falling down really low.
Wow, did Reginald's binding just get defeated, or did it just miss against Spellsy? But he's up again, and he's going to walk right into 2 of the average Joes, but there's going to be nothing to save Corki. Dyrus is now in town, and this is not going to be any kind of silly 5-on-3 action. This will be Dyrus bringing the pain. He's really going to be trying to do it here on top of Spartan. Great flash from that Reginald. Going to be picking him up. Chaos going to be taking that to the bank, and a little bit of revenge coming out. Number 1 bug. So I'm not curious. I'm not crazy that that binding didn't hit Spellsy.
Yeah, it does happen every now and then. There are quite a few bugs on some AP champs specifically. I know there's a bug on Karthus, you know, where he can lay down his wall and someone walks right through without getting slowed. So there's Captain Korea. There. Oh wow, Chaos actually flashed and it ulted there. But Captain Korea flashes off. Oh my goodness! The last Q from Chaos there to seal the deal on that kill for Captain Korea.
Yep.
I was gonna laugh there if he got away, but no, he didn't.
You don't get the last laugh, sir. Chaos does, and he's gonna go take that double kill and go on home with a lot of cash under his belt. He now has blue as well, and that puts him up as a contender for one of the top earners of this game, 5,500 gold. And wow, yeah, there's that Zonias for Morgana. Dyrus is back in that top lane, really just keeping sure. He's just shoving this lane. I mean, that's all I'm going to say about that.
But look at this. Look at Team Soul Mid. They have 4 kills on Morgana, 3 kills on Urgot. So both of the carries, you know, typically the mid lane and the AD carry are the strongest on the team. Of course, Dyrus will be strong later on in the game. He doesn't really have any kills right now, but he has a ton of farm. So he's going to be trying to get those items to secure himself late game. But, you know, Reggie and Chaos are going to be so strong here in these team fights. It's exactly where you want the gold to go on your team. You don't want it to go to the bruisers. You don't want it to go to the tanks. You want it to go to your carries. And Team Soulmate have all of that gold to the people that they want it to go to on their team.
Dyrus still farming up a storm, 183 creep kills and 2 assists. Not exactly any kills or deaths, but 2 assists and 183. That would be putting him up really high. He has that Will of the Ancients. Looks like he's just going to go straight into the Zonias, and he's going to be able to pick that up in fairly short order. But the only person even close to that kind of farm, 125 for Urgot, 125 for Morgana, 126 for Udyr. And across the board, you can see the very strong creep score numbers over top of just your average shows.
Yeah, when Dyrus does get his Rabadon's death cap, he's going to start to be very scary in these team fights. Of course, you know, Vladimir does have his pool, so if he gets focused at all, he can deny that targeting a lot. Of course, if he gets stunned, then he won't be able to. And there is a lot of CC. We do see a teleport going out for Twisted Fate.
No,
I believe
he didn't
that was just a checker. Yeah, that was just a checker. Twisted Fates are known to do that. Sort of like a free scout there. It's
like 5 clairvoyances directly on your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I believe that's the only champion in the game that has that ability. I was sort of hoping that Karthus would get that for his ult.
Of course you
know,
would.
just like to see where people are when they're about to die, you know? Just can slash laugh.
No such luck, yeah. Dyrus, you know, really doing a great job defending against Zion Spartan here. Oh, low! The Reginald getting discovered here by one bad Brad, but we do have Dyrus knocked up, throws down the ultimate, taking a lot of damage, but Morgana here with her ultimate spells, you're going to be taking quite a bit, but Dyrus just does drop, and now a gold card coming out on top of Reginald. Here's the black shield, but Zig is going to be there to pick him up, and that's going to be a quick 2 deaths for Team Solo Mid. Could lead into a Baron, because Jester Average Joe is going to transition very smoothly into that. Can X Special steal this? Can Odd1 steal this? You see Urgot very slowly creeping up.
I think this might actually be a bad choice by Average Joe's. They just had an advantage. This is a huge risk for the team. There's a lot of members really low, and look, they're turning off Baron now. All that HP lost. They are going to turn on to Odd1. Odd1 does get stunned, and there's the dash from Zion Spartan. X Special falling down, taking too much damage from the team. So, you know, a bit of a risk there, but they did get one more kill out of it. I guess it was the best choice, but I want to take a little step back into that team fight that Dyrus and Reginald were in. I'm very impressed by One Bad Brad and Zion Spartan on Shen. They perfectly timed their abilities together so that Vlad Dyrus could not pull at the appropriate time. And, you know, Shen, Zion Spartan waited till the last second to taunt over Dyrus so he couldn't pull, and Dyrus just fell in his pool to ignite. So really good synergy by these players on Average Joe's, on you know, just showing that they really are a contesting team to Team Solo Mid, which is of course a top North American team.
And that's going to put us 7 kills apiece. We're not quite equal in the towers, but the gold is still keeping within 2,000 at this point. So it's a very close game, and that seems to be the theme that we've had all throughout this tournament. I mean, TSM was very strong against Curse, but overall, a lot of these games have been very even, and it's excellent to see some of this new talent coming into the spotlight. And of course, guys, you got to give it up for Fatal1ty for providing this kind of opportunity for these teams. Because again, like, they've already won $2,000. Just whoever wins this match wins an extra 3,000, so they're gonna go home happy no matter what. But yeah, it's always good to get that #1 spot, right?
Indeed. I believe this is like, oh, before I say anything else, like, we have a contest over here at Dragon. Captain Korea forced to flash away. Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna try to GTFO out of that one. Bad Brad thrown out, but nothing connecting. A little bit of a fight reset, but that's a dangerous choke to go into Solo Mid. And yeah, they're going to back on out of that. X Special dropping under half, has no health potions. He's going to have to play some extremely good footsies for this, but we're going to go back onto the Drake. And unfortunately, Jester Average Joe's not doing any. Well, there they go. Reginald with the flash and the ultimate into Captain Korea's death. And One Bad Brad just sitting back here. X Special with the ultimate. Going to be resetting that. And what do you know? Team Solo Mid able to turn that one to their favor. Zion Spartan refusing to go down, but he will succumb to 5 people banging on his door. And that is going to be an extremely useful win for Team Solo Mid.
I want to point out how important wards are in this game. As you see, that team fight went to Team Solo Mid's favor because of that coverage in those bushes. As you see, Average Joe's had a ward in the upper bush, the one that Odd1's clearing right now, but it wasn't enough. Team Solo Mid did have 2 wards placed perfectly in each of those bushes, so they had full control over the area, they had full sight, and Average Joe's did not over that little bush. It was so crucial, and of course Team Solo Mid was able to make the plays that they wanted to. Reginald got a really wonderful ult into the team, and they won and got Dragon as a reward from that team fight.
That puts us up now 3 kills and about 4,500 gold, and of course all that global extra gold from the Dragon just really does help out. There we go, Vladimir picking up Azonia's Hourglass. I like how we went over Dyrus and I said Hourglass, you said Rabadons. But 25,
why you gotta do that?
25 minutes in, we're up about you know, 4,000 or 5,000 gold, and you know, what can Average Joe do at this point? Technically, they do have that mobility option of Captain Korea as well as Shen, but other than the first few ganks or counters to those ganks, I haven't really seen it used too much.
Yeah, I agree. I have not seen the TF and Shen use consecutively right after another on to create an opportunity for the team. The only real way I see them coming ahead at this disadvantage that they have is by Shen split pushing a lane. Of course, he does have his ultimate down. It will be up soon, so he can try and come in. He has that teleport advantage over Dyrus, so they need to try and split push. They can't fight Team Solo Mid head on because Team Solo Mid, of course, has the double Zonias, the Vladimir and the Morgana ult, to work in hand to do a lot of damage against Average Joe's.
Now a little bit of a compress here at the Baron. We did have Zion Spartan throwing out some harass on top of Dyrus, but he's just going to go heal that back up on this creep wave. Now basically hitting the 250 creeps. Pretty ridiculous as Bad Brad is going to get picked on a little bit here. The Chaos ultimate coming out and Big Deep's going down, but we're going to try to turn this around on top of Reginald, who has to use that Zonius right after that ultimate. Now Zion Spartan is going to be dropping. We still got Dyrus in that pool, just really keeping vision on everyone. Great ultimate from X Special, giving out some much needed healing, but no, we're going to catch a Zig in that binding, and he is going to have to Valkyrie away. So that was a very quick 2-0 for Team Solo Mid. And are they going to go transition right into a Baron?
Yes, they are. They're going to start Baron. Look at Reginald, that placement right there, just proving to be so strong. That strategy of basically baiting. He does have that ward over the wall, and that's what gave them that advantage in that team fight. We did see Nautilus coming over. He is the jungler for Average Joe, so it is his responsibility to try and possibly get, you know, a smite steal onto Baron or just get coverage of the area. But Team Solo Mid was ready for that. They knew that that area had, that Average Joe's had no vision of that area because X Special walked around and made sure that there were no wards. And they initiated right onto Nautilus. Tyrus made a really risky move by diving into the enemy team, as we saw, but he had that Zonias. He Zonia'd the last second before Corki's ult went out. And he did survive because you know, the rest of his team members came up right behind him. We did see the ult from X Special on Janna to give Dyrus back some HP. And Team Solo Mid, they're looking really good right now. Their synergy in team fights, as we have seen throughout these 3 games, just have been so solid.
Yeah, we're over 6,000 gold lead now and 5 kills up. Reginald's been playing very solid Morgana all throughout this tournament, and Dyrus, you know, worst top NA is definitely a misnomer for him because he is rocking now another needlessly large rod. As soon as he gets that Rabadons, he should be catapulted into the 500 AP range from 3 items, which is pretty ridiculous if you ask me. But overall, Team Solo Mid is looking very strong in this last game. They want that $5,000, and you know, as we did say, this is the first time in a big tournament that Dyrus is now playing with Team Solo Mid under the Team Solo Mid flag. So you know, if they win this tournament with Dyrus, I gotta say they gotta be thinking that they did right with this team change.
Yeah, Dyrus has had a little bit of a risky sort of faulty start, but you know, making a few questionable plays, but he's really brought it back. He's proven that he is a strength in his team fighting abilities, and knowing what he's capable of, being able to provide what he wants to Team Solo Mid. And we see a little bit of exchange damage here for this tower. Team Solo Mid really wants to get that tower down. They do have Baron, so you know they have the advantage. Looking at almost a 8,000 gold lead for Team Solo Mid, so they know they're in the lead. And they're going to try and possibly force a team fight here. Average Joe's, I don't know. They don't want to fight here. There is 2 Zonias for Morgana and Vladimir, so it might be a little bit dangerous. Oh, that binding so close to Captain Korea.
Yeah, we were talking about Dyrus' AP, but we are rocking close to 400 for Reginald. Every time he lands a binding on, say, Corki, it's like 25% of his hit points just vanishes into thin air. We are going to throw up that wards. We do have, on top of that hill, that vision that TSM needs. And, oh, I didn't even notice this, but an Aegis of the Legion now here on X Special. And you can see that little aura beneath their feet. Where's Odd One going to be heading off? I don't know, but I got to say, you know, with those wards that you keep talking about on all these team fights, always look at the wards afterwards. So many wards, and that just gives so much vision, and that's why TSM's rocking some of these judgment calls, because they know exactly where their prey is hiding.
Exactly. If you look at the fine little pinpoint of this game, the little details that most people overlook, this game is all about information. For these top players, you know, they play this game all the time. They play different champions and learn about counters, learn about item builds, learn about warding positions, and all of it is basically information. Of course, you can argue some of the skill shots come down to muscle memory, but a majority of it is you know, information. Basically, when in team fights, what are they going to do? You know, they see, okay, this is my role, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is what my champion is capable of, and those wards just provide additional information in team fights. They can see where the enemy team is, where they should position themselves, if they can initiate, how strong the enemy is, how much HP they have. And you know, Team Solo Mid, as you said, has been doing a fantastic job with warding, controlling the game. They've been doing phenomenal in every single team fight. And Average Joes, they've been doing great as well. They have unique team comps that they've had throughout all 3 games. But I don't know, this Shen and TF composition hasn't really been doing the best for them. I maybe would have liked to have seen Nautilus being swapped out for Nocturne, so you could have had all 3 of the you know, champions have that distance. But you know, we didn't see that. One Bad Brad has done a great job being in the right position at the right time, so it's not his fault for the reason why they aren't doing too well. It's just the team fights. Team Soulman has just been proving to just do a better job overall.
Now the Baron is down, so in the next few moments it will be respawning. We've now taken down the Drake as well. So right now, yeah, it is just Solo Mid's game. Odd1 is going to be taking out another turret, so good global gold for the team. And as long as we can keep just the Average Joes nice and contained, it's going to be a free map roam for Team Solo Mid. Now this could be dangerous. Reginald, oh, did they just really bypass each other? Wow, okay, I kind of expect a little bit more out of that, but it is going to be a big pile-on down here. Chaos looking good with that Guardian Angel. We're going to take another turret, and now it does look like, again, we're back at the gates of the Just the Average Joe's base, and it's going to become a little bit of a poke war. We don't have that Baron. Shen is split pushing. He's going to grab that turret, and, well, if Team Solo Mid's not going to respond to this, he's just going to keep going. I mean, he can easily get out of there. He just has to ult to a teammate and bam, he's into the fight. And this is probably one of their better moves that they're doing.
I don't know. Chaos has the Guardian Angel, so you know Team Solomon is going to really push for that flash ult that Urgot and Chaos will do, as we have seen from both games, and now this third game that's been so strong for whatever team that has that Urgot pick. You know, Chaos, even if he gets inside of the enemy team and dies, he doesn't care. He has the Guardian Angel, and that's exactly what that item's purpose is to fulfill. So this Shen push, you know, it is great, but I think Team Soul Mid will force a team fight here, maybe over a Dragon or Baron, but they definitely want to try and catch Average Joe's off guard, out of position, and create the opportunity for their team.
Well, Baron should be up within, I'd say, about 60 to 90 seconds. I'm just trying to think of relative timestamps. And, you know, it is something a bit interesting to note that, you know, the typical AD role, I mean, we've mentioned this many times, most important role comes down to that end game. If you need to go destroy some towers, hit that Nexus, no problem. Send your AD. You can make short work of it. But they always build damage. And Chaos with this Urgot, and Urgot in general, we've always seen him built tanky. That's a little bit of a shift to the norm.
Well, it's because of his ultimate. You know, he just has that utility to essentially sort of like Singe, just flip someone in so that they're inside of his team, and you know, the call will be made. The entire team will focus that one player that gets ultimate, that gets flipped, and it'll essentially make it a 4v5 instantly. It's like the Annie play back in the day when Annie used to be the most OP AP pick in the game, because she could just flash ult and just destroy someone in a few seconds.
Flash ult stun,
oh, look at this. Team Solo Mid, they might be doing the same play that they did last game.
I don't know. They're going to be bunching up. There is not going to be any kind of attempts, I hope, on Baron. Dyrus, go away. Don't bother him. But they could get really pincered here. I mean, they had Shen on the top. Now they got these guys on the bottom. There's the Destiny going out. It's like, where are they? Oh, there they are. No problem, but that means we do not have that Destiny for Team Solo Mid. Oh, he's actually going to jump in? No. Okay.
No, there's no way. He wouldn't sacrifice.
I saw it go down. I was like, what? Okay, but no, alright, sure, fine. It's cool. Dragon, or Baron, he's going to start taking some of this damage. We're going to start a little bit of a poke war as Odd1 is seemingly soloing it. We got an anchor to the face on top of Chaos, but we are going to be ulting out into Spellsy, but no, we get interrupted. The Dyrus ult going down. Reginald flashing in with his ultimate Zonia's, and does not really seem to deal the big deeps right there, but Shen with the ultimate trying to keep their teammate alive. Nobody's died quite yet, but Dyrus will finally take down Spellsy, and the double on top of Zig. Nautilus will be dropping as well, and yet again, Team Solo Mid is going to be taking the team fight. Probably Captain Korea, except that he cleansed. I don't think Odd1 cares. No, there we go. The Randuin's going down as well. and he does not have any kind of ultimate, and that is going to be a surrender vote.
Indeed. Wow, that last fight there. Average Joes, they played that really well. They, got the initiation, they got the little bit of poke off, but Urgot just so tanky, did not take any damage, and he just pretty much strolled into Average Joe's. Chaos didn't really care that he was getting focused, and Morgana with the follow-up ultimate on the Zonias, they just could not pick a target. Those double Zonias on Vlad and on Morgana is just denying that focus. The player is having to choose to retarget and reposition their damage, and 2 to 3 times in the fight, it becomes confusing. And of course, Team Solo Mid had the advantage in gold and items, so they're able to output a lot more damage, and they came through with that fight, which would have spiraled, taking them, giving them Baron and winning the game. So good manners from Average Joes. They decided to surrender the game and not let it strong on. There's the good game, well played from FourCourtJester. Yep, good job, dude.
Did you not even notice it was me? Okay.
No, I read the name after I started saying that.
Good job. Good job. All right, that
Good game, well
means
played.
2-1. Team Solo Mid is going to be taking the first place prize in the Fatal1ty League of Legends Premier Tournament, and that means Fatal1ty Gaming Gear is awarded them $5,000 US to the whole team. Congratulations to them. Second place will be just your Average Joes at 2,000. And we were supposed to have a third place game going down, and I don't actually know the status of it. Do you think, do you have any of the team members still online?
Yep, I'm going to message them right now and find out.
Okay, but yeah, we should have had a third and fourth place match going down at the same time here, guys. In third place is going to be receiving 5 of the OCZ Fatal1ty Champion Series 1000 watt power supplies, and fourth place is grabbing themselves 5 of the AS Rock Fatal1ty Z68 Professional Gen 3 motherboards. Now, of course, on top of this, just your Average Joes as well as Monomatic Esports, 2 of the teams that did continue moving on, they've already won themselves because they got first place in the qualifying matches. They already won 5 Sound Blaster Recon Fatal1ty professional sound cards. So that's a lot of Fatal1ty gear that we've just awarded. And of course, we had our 10 Facebook contest, the Newegg contest. We've given away a lot of stuff, and this is Fatal1ty's way of saying, excellent. Thank you for watching these games. We're going to be doing more tournaments like this, in the future. So stay tuned to Fatal1ty. Let's see if we can get Fatal1ty in here for a few final words.
Jester, is this the? I don't know for sure, but is this the first online tournament that has had this big of a prize pool? I don't think I've ever heard of an online tournament having this many prize giveaways or a prize pool for that matter. Normally, they have something similar in an actual LAN event, but not online.
Well, I know ESL likes to run a lot of them, but hey, there he is, Jonathan Wendo himself, Fatal1ty. How you doing, dude?
Not bad. That was awesome finals to watch.
Do you have any big words here for all the viewers out there?
Well, just thanks for everyone coming to watch this event. I know we have the third or fourth place match probably still coming up, maybe, but congrats to Solo Mid for winning the $5,000, and really awesome to see them play so well, and obviously down 0-1 and making the comeback to take it 2 games in a row is awesome comeback by them. And I actually go to Solo Mid a lot when I was learning how to play League of Legends, so it's kind of cool for them to win the first Fatal1ty tournament for this game. And really awesome job by just your Average Joes. Just shows you going through the qualifier system that we had set up. Letting them win their qualifier, awarding them already I think some Fatal1ty headphones, and then them making their way up the ranks. I think beating Monomaniac and Team Dignitas and making it to the finals and winning that $2,000. It's a great finish and showing for them. And I think a lot of people in the scene will definitely value their competition and the hard fought game they gave the Solo Mid. So it's great to watch all of it kind of play out, and just really happy that I can make this happen with my partners, Creative, ASRock, OCZ, also Newegg, helping us put on this event and doing the promotions on their site for the Fatal1ty products and everything. So just really happy for the whole event, and You guys did a great job, man. Thanks for shoutcasting. This is great.
No, thank you,
You're
sir.
very welcome.
Yeah, it was definitely our pleasure. We got a lot of fun out of this, a lot of games being played, and of course now you've now broken into League of Legends. What do you think of the return? You think we might be seeing some more from Fatal1ty Gaming Gear in the future?
Oh, most definitely. You know, I mean, this is something I've been doing this ever since I started my company back in 2003, selling mouse pads. I mean, I sponsored like five guys to play Counter-Strike, a Call of Duty team as well. You know, we sponsored about three different Quake players, and we sponsored World Series of Video Games, Championship Gaming Series. So it's been kind of a, you know, for me, it's all about helping grow esports and just showing people I have a chance to do this for them. So really happy to make this happen and step my foot into the League of Legends world and give away these awesome prizes to everyone that was involved, and even the spectators got a piece of the action too. So that was great.
Who's your favorite League of Legends champion? I know people are asking you that all day in chat here.
Well, you know, I was really loving Ziggs. I thought Ziggs was awesome there for you know, for a little while. I just love throwing bombs on people and blowing everyone up and using the dynamite to blast myself away to get out of fights and so forth. But then also I also love Nocturne as well. Nocturne's a very aggressive player. I'm very aggressive in my video games. You know, all the games I play, I try to push everything to the limit and find out how far I can take the game at all times. So I think that's the same thing these guys do in this game. You know, they push themselves to the limit, and that's what I try to do as well when I play League of Legends and playing regular classic games and Dominion. So I love playing the game overall. You know, I spend probably 10-12 hours a day playing it there for a little while, and still play it a lot right now, and playing a lot of Battlefield 3 as well, just because I love you know, shooters, and that game is pretty awesome. Just the graphics are amazing and everything. So both games are great.
And I did find out here that Curse actually did take the third place game over Mono Esports, so they are going to go on to take those prizes. And yeah, just wanted to inform you guys of that matchup.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it looks like that the games has already been played, which means that we are officially done your first Fatal1ty League of Legends tournament. I hope it was enjoyable for everyone involved. And any last words here, John, before we close out?
No, just thanks a lot for guys, and hopefully we can get another one out here in the next 3 months, hopefully, and get another one going for you guys.
All right, then.
Sweet.
Keep your ear to the wind, guys, because Fatal1ty might be throwing you guys more stuff to do and participate and play in the coming months. But that will do it for us here at Fatal1ty Gaming Gear. Again, big thank you to our sponsors, Sound Blaster Gaming, AS Rock, OCZ, Newegg, and of course Fatal1ty Gaming Gear. I've been the FourCourtJester. You can find me at Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, just /FourCourtJester. Phantom, where can people find you?
And you can find me on Twitter /PhantomLord, that's with a 0 in the Lord, and on Facebook by searching Phantom Lord. Again, guys, thanks so much for watching and tuning in. It was great to chat with you guys in the chat room, and you know, we do appreciate every kind of support for this tournament. Again, stay tuned. We will have these VODs up online somewhere. We will announce on Reddit most likely and the general forums where they will be. So if you guys want to watch them again, see all that action and see that double kill from Dyrus top lane, you know, we'll have it posted for you guys.
Indeed. So from all of us here on the stream, have yourselves a wonderful night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. A few words from our sponsors, some music, and that's it. So good game, well played. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. It was definitely a pleasure. Everyone here, we will catch you later.
Take care, guys.
See ya.